No, I still got the garden fork and the shovel. And I'm still working on the pond with the spade. Now I've fixed most of my spots in the driveway, so this should be interesting. So what to do with the rest of the dirt. I'll be right back. Alright, so that I can try to keep my videos going and not have problems, I'll let somebody know that I'm trying to video live right now. So if you wondered what the little bit was about, that's what it was. So that I could let somebody know that can't hear very well that I'm videoing live and people don't want to hear television or other videos or music or whatever else because somebody wanted to listen to it outside. That way I can try to control some of what goes over my channel. Like I said, doing this in the video in the city, and I'm told all the time this isn't city, but I'm telling you, to me this is city. It's too much. In case you're wondering what I'm doing right at the moment, I am breaking up what I know is good soil so that I can save it for the garden. And then I have a collection of all the random things like nails, marbles, screws, glass, cups, plates, watches, whatever else has come out of the dirt. Maybe one of these days I'll have a video on just whatever came out of the dirt here. But for now, I'm going to try to stay busy so I can actually get something done. Having the right tool for every job is important. And that tool breaks up stuff really well. But yeah, I gotta go through for roots and things also. Now this is pretty good soil. It has lots of roots and other things in it. So maybe I'll make sure that the camera is parked in the right spot and you can see okay. Oh yeah, there's plenty of view there. I'm gonna go get a screen and do this one a little bit different. So this is how I take good dirt from So this is my screen, and I used staples and nails on the bottom, and as you can see from my finger, these are better than 1/8 inch in mesh, probably metric or something, but I don't know. And this is what I'm using for my screening process out of all repurposed wood. Alright, so place the screen, which is the right length to set above this wagon. By the way, this wagon's 3 years, 4 years old, I don't know. It's tough. So I've thrown stumps in it. Looks like, oh, it's a leaf. It just weird turned in the soil. Huh. Okay. Nothing major. So, thing about tools, you let them do the work. I just guide it. And if you don't stop, or you make a steady motion like that, it's a lot less work. You don't stop your movement, you just change direction. Yeah. And then, comes the process of sifting all this out. Breaking up clumps of dirt, working with the soil, getting the roots out. And I gotta make a spot for all these roots, or put them in something. So maybe I should go get another container. Oh, there's one close. Lucky me. I'll go grab that in a minute. Oh. Really hard to do videos even when people know you're doing videos. Really hard. My goal is to get back onto several acres of land someday and not have to live like this. It's not anything I can do. It's not good for me. Might be good for some people. It's not good for me. I like to have my space. I've got to the point I won't even go to functions or hang out with people a lot because I don't get that time alone, and when everybody goes away, that's the best time for me. So that's usually holidays. And might make me a really bad significant person in anybody's life. I don't know. But I have trouble with it. I don't want to do it. Just is what it is. Also take rocks and I throw them in my driveway because that's more material for my driveway that I don't have to buy. Alright, so my bucket is my material for choice for getting roots and clumps of stuff that I don't want on my soil out. So I picked through a lot of this. It's really easy to pick the bigger things out. Then it's not in your way when you're screening. You just run your hand through and anything that catches on your hand like a rake, just bring it up, throw it in a bucket. A little bit of dirt goes in there, no big trouble, because if you do like I do, even in this urban environment, I am composting everything I can and repurposing everything I can. And you know, I think that's important. Probably should. Oh, yeah, that didn't work as well as I thought. Don't lean on your stuff. Okay, so I need to spare my hands because, well, one, I got that callus that's now a dirty mess. Two, you never know what kind of material is in the soil if you're digging in an urban environment. I have run into glass, bottle caps, marbles, nails, and lots of other stuff. And it all gets in the way of what you're trying to do. And risk a chance of hurting your hands, so you gotta take your time, be diligent, careful when you're doing stuff like this, because in a situation in the world where everybody isn't a doctor and doctors and everything else might not be available, ironically that'll be the case for some of those veterans I was talking about earlier. If the government doesn't pay their bills or uses it as leverage to hold the economy hostage, veterans that depend on health care, you know, they'll have to go to the private facility if they had an appointment. Like I have an appointment that's 2 years old. 2 years. 2 years it took me to get an appointment at my new VA. You would think that you switch a VA system that they'd want to get you in there and get you assessed and figured out and all that stuff. And you know, they helped me get the process started. So don't get me wrong. We're going to shift that to one side and hopefully stop that falling part. Took me 2 years to get an appointment, and I went and saw him, and I begged for an appointment, and I needed medicine. I had to actually go through my old VA system, which isn't even supposed to do that for me now, and get the medicine that I needed because I couldn't get the appointment, and they wouldn't prescribe it here without the appointment. So I've been waiting 2 years, and my date just happens to be the exact date that they want to hold everything up. or they think it's going to be held to, which is June 5th. Okay. Now, there, if you want a sign of good soil, even when you don't see worms, if you see seeds, seedlings, plants, you know you got good soil. Don't know what kind of plant that was. It might have been a beneficial plant, but I'm not putting it in my soil, and I'm not putting it in my garden. And you know, that's just how that is. I've got a lot of my soil is rich in iron, very rich enough that you can make iron from the rocks. But anyhow, back to the appointment part of this. It took me 2 years to get an appointment. And my appointment date is on the day that they're planning on not having the economy work. And if that's the case, I'll be turned away most likely at the VA that day because it won't be open. No budget, you don't run your business. And when your business is people, that's bad practice. But you know, government doesn't see it that way, but their business is people. They should see it that way. They don't run without us, and when we get to the point in life where we need them, they should help us, but they don't always. Another thing about the city, you can't filter out things. Like if you don't smoke, or you don't cuss, or you try not to anyhow, or you don't want to breathe in, you know, fumes from a garage. Wind shifts around here, I smell a little bit of everything. And hear a little bit of everything, a lot more than I care to. Now, not much you can do about that in the city or in a suburb. And you're subjected to whatever everybody else is doing, whether you want to be or not. And a lot of people probably say, well, why don't you move? Well, I was somewhere that was less offensive, that I liked, but I was looking for a bigger piece of property. And I didn't get my bigger piece of property because of another issue come up, and the people around me needed to be where we are now. But the reason why we came and where we're living really didn't coincide or make sense. You know, we didn't have to be 5 seconds away. We needed to be, you know, within driving distance. We were fine. So an hour in any direction. Plenty of houses, acreage, stuff like that. Options. It's expensive, but if you knew that you had a loved one that had trouble dealing with crowds, didn't want to deal with a lot of people, wants to be where they can go out and sit in a tree stand, even when they're not hunting, or just go out into the woods like I used to do on my videos. Now I have to drive an hour away somewhere public because I haven't been able to afford anything in this area. It's just way priced out of range. Now where we're at, it's cheap. Nobody could buy a house for what I got this one for in any place. It just doesn't exist. The price and the shape of the house is too good to pass up. But this is the sacrifice. It's in a noisy neighborhood. Okay, let's shift again because I've got other things going on here. Dirt and stuff's piling in. But, you know, I don't have my friends. I don't have my support group of awesome people that I used to confide in and share time with. And here, it just hasn't worked that way for me. And I had a group of people that I was getting along with best I could. It wasn't ideal for them or me, I don't think. But you know, it was decent enough, and I was able to do something for them, so I was useful then. But I got sick and I couldn't hold my composure because I pushed until I had nothing left of me, and nobody was seeing that. And I was trying to communicate that I was frustrated. Nobody was seeing that. So I didn't get to do what I needed to do, and I got sick enough, either from a combination of what was wrong with me and stress, or you know, the overlying issue of the lack of sleep and things that I have here, because I'm not used to the noises. 2 years later, I still can't sleep here. Airplanes, helicopters, all kinds of stuff. I like music. But when I listen to music, I listen to music, and I don't put it on everybody else. And I use a ham radio. My other bucket plugs are going. Piece of glass. That's why you have to watch when you do dirt, that you don't know what's in it. So anyway, you know, working on the house has been stressful. Trying to fit in, very stressful, and make friends just isn't working the way it should. And I wasn't one of those people that made hundreds and hundreds of friends. I find 4 or 5 great people and, you know, keep them in my circle. And those people still know who they are because they're still in my circle. I'm just not there. And I really feel like I may have let the people that cared more about me down by going with my significant other people and making this move. 2 years later, I still feel like it was the wrong choice. It just isn't working, and I don't know what to do about that. That's an interesting thing. If I can find it again. Here it is. No idea what it is, but it's a little tiny green ball. Huh. Put that in the bucket. Like I said, one of these days, if I get to the process, I'll put all this stuff in epoxy or something, make a table, and do a video, or maybe share the finished product at least. I'm dealing with a lot of stress and frustration right now. Okay. When you screen over a container of any kind, you have to make sure that your sifting has somewhere to go. Otherwise, it doesn't sift. It just packs underneath of whatever you're on. So this is not all rocks, and it's not all roots, and it's not all dirt. It's a combination of anything and everything that's been in this soil for a long time. The property itself hadn't been touched in over 4 years, so it's been 6 years since anybody's seen anything in this soil. 100% sure. Truth is, it's probably, and there's a big iron chunk. It's not pure, it's rock. It's an actual rock that's just really high in iron content. And I've got loads of them. But, you know, it's not that I'm not a people person per se. I like to talk and communicate with people that have something to add to the conversation. I get accused of not recognizing some of the things that other people think are important. And it might be true, but I'm worried about these crazy things in life. Whether or not the people I care about are going to have a place to live that's peaceful, beneficial, have plenty of things that are edible. And what happens if the food supply goes down? All these people are assuming that the grocery stores just are going to stay. Everything's going to be fine. Businesses go where the money is. So money's not here, they'll go somewhere else. Now, I can share with you, for the most part, I have sifted, and this is really hard material that, you know, it's hard enough that it wasn't automatically going through the screen. I'm just throwing it in my driveway. Hard pieces found their way in here, but they're actually breaking up. That's not even a rock here. So there is the sifted soil, and I'm going to take my shovel and this wagon, put this in a raised bed. It's going to take me a moment, so bear with me. Since I'm just letting the video roll today, maybe not the best practice, but it's the practice I chose. And unfortunately, I'm not editing today. So along. Just too many things I can't control in my angles on my camera to take you with me. People's privacy and all that stuff involved. So, apologize ahead and behind time. Whatever. Smart man would have made this an easier process, probably, but nobody ever claimed I was smart. So I'm just continuing the process, shoveling in, and what I am noticing is this dirt was so impacted that if I find a worm, they're not real active. They're just overwhelmed is the word, I suppose. That's a piece of concrete. Maybe I should have went my found things, I don't know, but I think it's got a better purpose in my driveway. So, going back through the process, just breaking stuff up, getting it into the area that I'm sifting, and continuing on. Ponds are a lot of work. Gardens are a lot of work. Everything's a lot of work. Yeah, these worms are just so sad. I've got a lot of stuff I'm trying to do. Trying to get this done, and I'd like to go back to work. Actually talk to the people I used to work with, but I kind of burned that bridge, and I know I burned it, but I was working really hard, and some other people that could have helped me wasn't, and they knew I was sick. So the fact that they weren't helping me, that's a actual seed. It is. Throwing rocks over that way. But they knew I was sick. They knew I was wore out. They knew I hadn't been well. And I was putting up a large volume of inventory every day. I don't mind doing that kind of thing. I like hard work. But I really wasn't able to do it. And on top of that, they wanted me to do a lot of other stuff that I had really no interest in. Working in an industry that, kind of goes against what I'm trying to do for myself and the people I know and stuff like that, because I really just wanted to get away from equipment, machinery, and technology to an extent, and staying plugged and productive and have a good life and return earthworms to the soil. Give them a chance to find something that's not impacted, somewhere where I garden maybe. y'all are sitting in between two of my pineapple guavas right now. So 2 years, I think 2 years old, at least 1 year, maybe two, no, one, definitely 1 year. They've been in the ground 1 year. I lose count sometimes. And they haven't really done anything. They're kind of sad for, you know, a plant that's got that much time on the ground. But when I started, I worked with the worst soil first. Really did. And the soil was so impacted and hard, and even though I dug it up and planted stuff in it, it's still hard, and the roots don't even want to work through the ground. Everything is just, the word would be overwhelmed, I guess. Everything is trying to make it, but it's just, it's so hard. And then there's like volumes and volumes of rocks and dirt. And, you know, I broke it up, I removed rocks, and still nothing wanted to grow in some spots. And other spots, stuff took off and did great. But the guavas, they didn't like this, so they didn't take to it very well, but they're still growing. They survived the hard snap, so that's good. And all that cold weather did damage, but you know, the things that were going to stay anyway, they've made it and thrived and doing well. You know, back to I'm kind of a people person, but I'm just overwhelmed right now. I don't want to deal with a lot, and people sometimes are a lot. I'm trying to find ways to better myself, better my situation and my position around here and other people, so that they may also thrive and do well. And you know, if I can grow more than I eat, I'm going to give some of that away. I don't sell. The only thing I really want to sell is a little bit of my time for you know, sharing with or relating with people. That's what I'm trying to do on YouTube, is basically turn it into a job that I can do when I can handle doing it, and do a little bit of work, a little bit of other stuff, and eventually get my videos to a level to where they're sharing valuable content, like a peaceful scenery. I would much rather show you a peaceful scenery than an old man playing in dirt. You know, you're liable to comment and say something, and if you do, you're welcome to do so. Say, comment, help me out. If you're irritated I'm not doing the Roby videos, I understand. I've thought about doing one with the equipment now, but you know, I've put them through a lot, probably more than they were designed to go through. And if I do a video, people may not like the results. So I just haven't felt like dealing with the backlash. Some of the folks that watch those videos have beat up on me a little bit, and that's fine. That's okay, because freedom is freedom, and everybody should have it, and they should be able to say what they think and do what they want to do. Put trash in there too, and then when I get done, glass and trash can be sorted, and the glass will become part of a piece of art someday, cataloging everything we found in the dirt. I'm really surprised I haven't found any marbles, because I've found 5 over here so far. Usually cats like marbles. That was whoever's favorite. Well, there you go. I've sifted, and that's the product, and there's another piece of glass. So I'm gonna take that and put it in the driveway. It's kind of a shame that I didn't feel like doing videos when I started this whole mess. Everything was overgrown and 15 feet tall, and there wasn't a driveway. I hand dug that too. In the soil's all this stuff. I'm composting everything. I've got worms. Go in the compost pile. And I've got dirt. It's going to places where it can be used. My raised beds have washed through a little bit, and some of my logs from my hugelcultural combined raised bed is soil must be a little bit better. The worms are happier here in this batch, and so I just took all the stuff and hugelcultured, composted, and moved this material. So in the building of the pond, I'm actually improving my chances to garden as well, but that's stuff that belongs to the other channel. I don't garden on here. Want to watch that, you go hit hits the dirt, or hit the dirt. I think it's at hit the dirt. And all the stuff there's about gardening and plants, and I do book reviews on there. These are things that interest me, that never were a part of this channel. Well, the gardening was for a short while, and then I decided it needed its own place, and I needed to figure out more direction on this one and work both of them and try to get a few more subscribers. So we're working on building the brand, so to speak. I really don't want to get so big that I can't enjoy my life. I just want to get to the point that I can turn it on and say, oh, I have real amount of people reading me. That would be nice. And I've watched so many other channels do really well, and my format's different. It's always been different. It's always going to be different. So, maybe my format just doesn't work for the platform. I don't know. But the fact, I get up some days and I've got the only airborne worms in the county, I think. They're always going, jumping, and I'm flying through the air. My videos are about the things that interest me. You know, I had no interest in a pond or fish until one day I decided that I needed water, something like that. And I got water all around me, but the tourism kind of takes away the fun in that. Tourism's good, but it'd be nice if there was somewhere for, you know, people that are local to go. It's all about commerce. It's all about, you know, commercial side of things. People want to make money, and I understand that. But when people that you have in your area have nowhere to go, have nothing to do, limited possibilities outside of tourism, a lot of those people, you know, they don't make it. They don't fit in society. They get locked up. Well, sorry about that. I gotta at least answer. One of my peeps, when some kind of attention, they'll have to text me and I'll have to answer that way. And I know that may be weird, but you know, I gotta do it. I'm trying to multitask. Forgive me. So anyway, just about done with this load too. Close anyway. There's a lot of dirt in here that's not breaking up, and I'm breaking it up by hand, kind of getting it to fall through the screen so that I can maybe use it. And you know, it's weird. Ground clumps around here, but the clay content is not good for pottery, and it's not good for soil. It's just something different about it, and I'm building it, but that doesn't happen overnight. So yeah, another load of hard stuff for the driveway. First video was kind of short. Trying to make a little bit longer one because I've not been doing very well at that lately. But I'm probably going to have to finish this up pretty soon. Partly because daylight, and the other part is I'm kind of tired. A lot of digging. Digging's not easy. And as I get started doing it again, I'm going to try to do some more videos so that, you know, people can watch the work, understand that it can be done by hand, and that it's hard work. It's not easy. But if you don't stop, death can't catch you. That's something my uncle used to tell me all the time. He lived a long time, but he could have probably lived longer. He was a very influential person. Did well with everything that he did. He was very good at everything. And capable of multiple things. And I do a lot of different stuff. And I do, you know, ironically enough, I'm good with computers. I know Unix and Linux and Mac, and I understand a fair amount of trading in the stock market. I'm not no expert, but I'm smart enough to know, you know, a good move versus a bad move, I suppose. I just never did it at any volume that would make a person wealthy. In case you're wondering, you know, everybody tells you there's chances to get rich. Now, there's an interesting worm. I don't know what he is, but I'm gonna let him live in that wood over there where nobody will bother him. Stock market, I know automotive. I know how to fix vehicles. I know, you know, older vehicles anyway. New stuff, you know, you gotta have a computer and know what the engineers were doing when they screwed up, so that you can fix it. The best mechanics are really good at that now. And I'm not a mechanic. I've messed up my wrists. I can't do the work that I used to do. And I used to do custom level carpentry. I could do hand hewn stuff, and I liked it. One of my favorite movies, we'll share that, Simple Life of Noah Dearborn. And the guy was doing his work in that, and that was Sidney Poitier that played that character. Another movie I liked that he did was The Last Brick Mason. You know, I like some different things, and I'm into history and cooking, so I like to watch YouTube videos on that. Townsend's and Sons are pretty good with those. I watch Pollard Homestead, and I watch well, not so much anymore, Roots and Refuge. I used to watch that a lot, but kind of slacked off of that one. And I really like David the Good. He's out there with his content, and maybe that's why I like it so much. His content is unique to a point, and he's very knowledgeable. So, you know, I've watched him, and he's not afraid to say when something doesn't work. And, you know, there's a lot of people that tell you everything works, but everything doesn't work. You know, knowing what doesn't work is just as important sometimes as the things it does. You know, people that repurpose, reuse, and rebuild stuff, and I'm trying to think of the guy's name right now, or his channel, I can't think of it. I really apologize. Sow the Land, maybe? Yeah, Sow the Land. That dude is a very knowledgeable dude that does a lot of different things. He's also different. So different's good in my book. When I say different, that's not an insult. You know, that's somebody that's different. Of course, you know, a lot of the guys have been around a long time, like Roy Feek, and you know, the Plant Abundance guy, and I'm trying to think of that other YouTube channel that's really good. I kind of wish, let's see, Art and Bree again. I really like Art, and I hate that he's having a hard time. He's a good YouTuber, and you know what? Life got to him, so what? People need to understand people are people, and sometimes life gets to you. And if you gotta take a break, take a break. Just don't let it shut you down. And you push and push and push, that's when you shut down. And when you hit your head against the wall and it's not working, that means you're supposed to do something else. So I don't know what people's going to get from this video. This one's different, even for me. Just different video today. 2 videos actually, but different. And we're trying to figure out something about it today, because there's a reason why I chose today to do a video. There's a reason why my video is about the work and a little bit of insight on what goes on in the head of a person that works here. What are they worried about? What are they thinking about? Used to have so many thoughts in my head that I couldn't even focus to do my job. I'd be building a car, and, changing a house, and designing the property I would have someday. Plans and plans and plans. And some of these plans sort of come to fruit, and other ones completely changed. And why? Why do stuff like that happen? Why does it happen? Why do you change your plans? These are things that you need to think every day. Why am I different today than I was yesterday? And was it my change, or was it somebody else's change on me? That's a good question too. Are we letting ourselves be changed? Are we changing with people? Are we changing because of people? You gotta work on yourself while you work on the things that you need to get done. When you can be in your head. And the difference is today I chose to share being in my head. Whether that's a good thing or not, who knows. But I've honestly, my whole purpose is to try to do better for me and others. Try to make things better. And some of it I'm doing well, and some of it I'm not. I'm just not doing what I need to do. Another one of those unique programs. But if I don't quit, then I'm successful. Some level of success is in just not quitting. But another level of success is in knowing what you can or can't change or do. And maybe you don't quit, but you change directions because what you're doing is not working. And that's in my head quite often. I've always been that way. I've always said, well, if this isn't working, I need to change it. And it gets more complicated over time as you bring other elements into your life, other people, other situations, other stuff. And you got to figure that out too. Well, we got another load for the driveway. I'll throw the rocks back in. And that's another piece of metal. Maybe it was barbed wire, possibly. One time, don't know. So I hope that you enjoyed working with me, sifting some beautiful soil out of this. Look, wouldn't that have been a waste to throw away in a driveway? It has potential. And I got that many roots out of it, which is compostable material. Yay! I'm going to quit the video and let it go. But thank you for sharing the time with me and watching. And I hope to make more videos. And I really hope to get this done so that I can sit and watch fish. In a clay pond though, you got to wait for the moment they break the water. You can't just look down in them and see them. Now I could put a liner in here, but eventually a liner would fail. All the extra pumps and the filters and everything cost money, when I can just break the surface with a few floating bird bath solar fountains. You know, $14 a piece. They used to be $6, now they're $14. Inflation and all. But once I dig this down, get it chited with clay, let it set a few days and start to do all the funkifications that are natural, and then start adding fish to it, it'll make a nice koi pond. I think I'm going to stick to just koi in this pond when I get done, and I hope that it's deep enough that when I'm standing in it I can't touch my hand on the top without it being above my head. That's the goal. And then just let it be, let it change and develop and become its own thing. You know, give it a start, maintain it while it seals, and then just let it go. Build it and let it go. Again, thanks for watching.